What is going on, everybody? Nasdorachi coming back at you again tonight with another episode for Dragon Ball Legends, and we do have some new information about, finally, the next banner coming out that I'm assuming is replacing the Ultra Space Time banner that's leaving in about a day and a half, give or take, as of me filming this video. So, we're going to dive in and talk about the two new units, the limited information that we've been teased in a preview so far, and we'll also briefly discuss the next Zenkai unit. I'm sure you guys have already heard, but Fat Buu will be getting a Zenkai, and that has a certain number of different effects that it will have come into play in terms of its impact on the game. So we're going to run through both of those things real quick, and that'll be the end of this video. Video after this one will probably be summons using the Goku tickets, maybe checking out the new banner, analyzing the new units even more when we have more information. But for now, you guys, let's hop over to the internet and bring up everything we want to talk about today. So, scrolling down a little bit, you'll see that 1 hour ago, we did get the post for the Super Gogeta and Super Janemba incoming with new special skills and special moves. There was a lot of confusion about this at first. People were not sure if these two units were just a rework of the old ones or if they were going to be new. But I can assure you guys that this is a new banner with two brand new units. They are not going in and completely revamping the old units. And when you think about this, think about the purple transforming Cooler and the red transforming Frieza. These are going to be units similar to those, but with even less copy pasting going on. They've gone through and completely redone a lot of stuff like the green cards and these super moves to make these two units feel unique, much more so than the transforming Cooler and Frieza. Like, if you look at the transforming Cooler, he is a duplicate of the green Cooler, who then transforms into a duplicate of the blue Cooler. Same special move animations, same green card animations. When you look at the red Frieza, he has the same animations as the original yellow Final Form Frieza, and then the same animations as the green golden Frieza. So they are much more copy-paste units, comparatively speaking, than these new ones we're looking at here. So that is still nice, you guys. Now, I would say to not be upset about this. These two units are going to come in and affect the game and the teams that they will be dropping on in ways that are very beneficial. So I'm not sad about this or upset about this really at all, you guys. So, jumping into the units a little bit more in detail, Gogeta obviously going to be a ranged character here. It says he has high blast damage, which gets buffed even further during a mid-game and when you have allies that get defeated. So, sticking with Gogeta first, I do think that he needs to come out and they need to prioritize him being a green unit because Fusions is still lacking a very powerful green unit. Now, I know people are going to say, like, Super 17, am I a joke to you? But the fact of the matter is, you guys, yes, Super 17 is a good green Fusions unit, but he doesn't benefit the team at all. So the team does still need a green unit that actually fits the fusion motif of the team. He is much more of an androids and a GT buffer, speaking on Super 17, so we do still need a dedicated green Fusions unit. Now, he could also squeak by as a yellow type unit and kind of replace the yellow Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. I think this would be a little bit more unfortunate because the Gotenks is still a usable unit and he still does benefit the team. It'll be less impactful if the Gogeta is in fact yellow. So hopefully he is green. That is exactly what we need for him. Every other color, there's going to be a conflict with a pretty relevant unit that you may not want to run this Gogeta instead of, depending on how many stars you may have on the older units. But I do think that it's going to shake up the meta for Fusions. And as well as an off-team build, you can, of course, run him on a Holy Trinity with Super Saiyan 1 Bardock. You can, of course, run him on a Movies team as well. So he's going to come into the game on at least three minimum good teams, and, you know, some better than others, but it's going to be a good thing, you guys. Just, again, cross your fingers and hope he's green. Janemba is strong versus Sagas from the Movies units, and can combo his green card into his blue card. That's really not very much information at all, but obviously he's going to have some type of buff that's going to increase his damage versus Movies units. And his green card seems to be from the animation, which we'll get into in a second, much more of like a Fusion 13 or a Full Power Bojack style green card, where you rush forward, tackle the enemy, and then you can, you know, come out of it and use a blue card. That's what I have a feeling that it's going to be like. I mean, obviously, with those two, you can combo into anything. We're not sure about that with Janemba. It may only work with blue cards. That's really all they have to say about him, but some other things we can kind of come up with here are that it really is imperative that this Janemba is a red type. Any other color besides red, and there's going to be some significant conflicts with the team build. Obviously, he can't be blue because he'll conflict with the baby that just came out that is a wonder for the Regen team and their healing. So can't be blue. He can't be yellow because that'll conflict with Cell. He can't be green because that'll conflict with Buuhan and the new Zenkai Buu that's coming out. And he really can't be purple because not only is the other older version of him purple, but we have Nail there as well. So it really only leaves that red spot for him. Now, Kid Buu did come out. Kid Buu is okay, but Kid Buu was not like the super OP unit that resurrected Regen by himself. It really wasn't until Baby came along that Regen really became relevant again. So, hopefully the Janemba doesn't come out with a color conflict. Again, can't be green, can't be blue, can't be purple because that's what he already was, and he can't be yellow. So there's conflicts all over the board there. That leaves a very narrow window for him. Otherwise, you're going to have to restructure your team, or he's just not going to fit in super well. But hopefully, he will, in fact, come out and be a red unit. I'm really crossing my fingers for that, because I really like Janemba, and I would really like a usable, functional unit version of him again. The other one just has great defenses and a great counter, but he has no damage output almost whatsoever, which really renders him just completely dated. So let's quickly check out the animations here, and then we can move on to our next little piece of information. So it immediately starts here with Janemba's green card. You can see him doing that attack where he punches Paikon in both sides of his head, and Paikon basically gets disabled for a second. It doesn't specifically show whether this is a counter like the previous version of Janemba, or if this is like a rush forward version of like a full power Bojack again, or a Super 13 type green card. We will have to find that out. And he immediately does his particle teleport into his blue card here, which does look to be, if we look at that again really quickly, it looks to be the type of melee blue card where he has to charge forward. So if there is no blast armor on that, that is kind of a liability. It's like the Rosé that we just saw that came out. Super moves like that are not as strong as long distance beam supers for a couple of reasons. One, if you're not using them in a combo, it leaves you vulnerable to blast arts if they don't have blast armor on them. And two, it takes longer for the character to charge forward to connect with the move. And what I mean by that is, like, compare him to any user of a Kamehameha. If you are in the far back row, you can chain from something like a blast arts card into a main ability into a Kamehameha, like the Gohan, for example, the transforming yellow Gohan. He can chain from the back row, yellow card, main ability, Kamehameha, and it will connect without dropping the combo, because the beam super shoots from the back row to the front row pretty much instantly. But with moves like this, if you were to do that, the enemy would have enough time to vanish out, because with your blue card on this character, you have to take into account that extra time of then rushing from the back row all the way to the front row to make physical contact with the enemy. So moves like this do have their downsides, you guys. Now, the previous Janemba had a kind of wonky special move too, where it was the AoE style of special moves. So neither one of these Janembas have the instantaneous usage beam super style of move, which not necessarily a bad thing, but you just do have to take into consideration when you plan on how you're going to execute your combos with the character. It does alter things a little bit. And that's pretty much it for Janemba. From there, it transfers into Super Gogeta, who is a dream of a unit right here. If he is green, again, fusions is going to be so nice. Now, in the beginning there, we saw the green card. It does not appear to be a counter. It appears to be a rush forward style of move with blast armor. Again, almost identical to full power Bojack and Fusion 13. But his does seem to be comboable into many more. It's kind of like many more options you can combo into. It's much better than the previous red version of Super Gogeta, where his is completely uncomboable whatsoever. You can see right here, he just pummels Gogeta, flips around behind him basically, and is ready to continue the attack. So he's going to have a better green card than this Janemba right here, and an exceptionally better green card than the previous version of Super Gogeta, which would only connect on a melee-style attack. It's very hard to pull off the old red Gogeta's green card, but this one looks, again, much better. With the blast armor, makes it really, really good. You can basically turn an attack that an enemy would have completely against them and 180 it and turn it into a combo on your favor because of how versatile you can chain out of this. So that's really exceptional right there. Also, you guys, now his super move is a Kamehameha. It seems like they didn't want to give him Soul Punisher again, so they didn't have to, again, suffer the accusations of him being a copy-paste unit. So he just shoots off a Kamehameha like any other Goku unit, I guess, in the entire game. And certain other units as well, like hybrids and Gohans and Gotens and stuff like that. So, I don't know, mixed feelings on that. I get Kamehameha is a great move. It's just there's nothing special or flashy about that. And they didn't preview any ultimate arts for either one of the characters. So I'm going to assume they don't have them at all, because when they do have ultimate arts, they will generally preview them, which that is also a little bit unfortunate. It may not be true. Maybe they do have them. They just didn't want to tease them since they're doing both characters in one video here real quick, like as a teaser. But for now, we have to assume they do not have ultimate arts attacks, which again, a little bit unfortunate, but both of these characters, especially if they are the right colors, you guys, will do wonders for their teams. And Regen needs a Janemba, and if he's red, he will be a perfect fit. And then Fusions hasn't been updated really in months since Super 17, so the Gogeta will be a welcome addition to that too for two teams that are not already top tier. Now, we'll have to see how much impact they have on the Movies team, because Movies team is top tier, and if these guys have some sort of Z ability synergy with Movies teams, then that could change up things a lot differently than what I've explained so far in the video. If they fit on Movies, then that'll be something, A, I'm not expecting, and B, something that benefits a team that's already extremely good. So, that's about all we have to talk about for the two new units, quote-unquote new. The last little thing I wanted to mention is, of course, we do have the Zenkai for Fat Buu coming. It does say his Zenkai boosts the healing from his main and his unique abilities, grants him new self buffs to strengthen his offense, and remember, this Buu is currently Regeneration's only character that has a lock-in. Functions very similar to the purple Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue type Vegeta, and you get that little 5-second lock-in when he swaps in. I think the Zenkai for this character is going to be extremely powerful. I do not know why they picked this character. I'm not even going to start theorizing about that and wasting you guys' time. There were plenty of others that came before this character that definitely needed it, probably more, but I'm assuming it's based off of like usage percentages, like how often certain characters get used, I guess. That's just my only guess I'm going to make on how they're picking some of these. And yeah, he's basically going to come out, and if he's like the Beerus, where he buffs not only his tag regen, but also green units, by proxy, he's going to make Buuhan a lot better as well. So I do think you will be wanting to invest to get this character at least to Zenkai 1 to benefit your regeneration teams. They're going to be much more relevant now that they have a new Janemba that's possibly going to be really good, as well as this Zenkai unit right here, and with the baby they just got, Regeneration is on track to being a top tier team once again. I do believe, one last time, that this Buu is going to go from being completely unusable to a much more relevant character, which is good for this guy. He really, again, he needed it. Just kind of not sure why, you guys. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, start farming his friendship now. I'm assuming they're going to gate him behind the friendship 10 thing again. So if you are a regeneration user and you're interested in this, he is going to be an incredible asset for the team. So you might consider starting to work on Buu's friendship here if you haven't already. And that's about all the updates I had for this video, you guys. I don't want to keep it too much longer. I'll keep it a little watchable, a little short update video here for you guys. We are getting very close to the 10,000 subscriber milestone, so I'm excited about that. And we keep things moving up and up and become more and more so of a legitimate channel here to claim our little space on YouTube. So I do appreciate each and every one of you guys that's joined the team here. Of course, if you're new around here, consider joining up as well so I can see you on future videos. Again, next video should be probably either more information about these characters and new stuff. We'll definitely be taking an in-depth look at them when we know more. Other than that, we'll be looking at some of the summon tickets for the Everyday Goku banner, maybe some PvP content, whatever else that I can get to talk about to give you guys as much information as I possibly can. Other than that, you guys, if you enjoy the video, consider leaving a thumbs up on it. Be sure to comment down below what are your thoughts on these two new units. Even though they're not 100% new, they are still going to be pretty fresh in my opinion, but I'd love to hear what you guys think on that, on everything else in terms of Legends. As well, Goresh did have the Ultimate Dokkan and Legends podcast uploaded on his channel. I participated in the Legends portion of that. So if you guys didn't check that out and you were interested, be sure to check out Goresh's channel and check out that podcast. It happens every Saturday night and it is live, so feel free to join in for that next week, you guys, if you are interested. I'll probably be back again there on Saturday night, but we'll definitely be seeing you again before that for another video, you guys. So, in the meantime, I do hope that y'all have a great day, and we will be seeing you again very soon. Peace out.